part of the beta. And
yes, what up, people? It's your boy here, Boo Peter Radio, your station, my station. Today we are live and we are talking COVID-19 update on BME Awards in Plymouth. Myself, David, and Jabu from DBI. We're gonna be playing some songs, so just warming up, just to make sure people joined in. There's gonna be some very important information coming up from these guys. Just this is very Plymouth-based people. But of course, if it helps any other people who are in UK, the information is going to come up is how do the businesses cope during this time of stay away, and also how do you go about if you are a self-employed person? How do you go about applying? So whilst we are building people to come in and sharing, please share the stream as much as you can. We're gonna be just playing some music in the background, music, Afrobeat, just to get people to come in. Then we can start to talk to our guests, David and Jabu, in a short while. Please just listen. Don't forget, you can comment below, get involved. Also, you can call 077-92032005. But please hold on the calls. The calls, we will open the calls before we end the program. We allow David and Jabu to explain things to us. We're just going to be discussing. Guys, I think we are ready. I think things are good. Can you hear me, David?
Yes, we hear. Yeah.
Jabu, how you doing?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for joining this show at P-Town Radio, your station, my station. It's a Plymouth podcast. David, I'll start with you. Can you introduce yourself to us, David? What do you do in Plymouth?
Yeah, I'm David Fenduno, proud to call myself a Plymouth boy. I've been here for a while. Mainly a charity worker, has been for quite a few years. My day-to-day life, I work at the local Red Cross office, manage local services. Also doing a lot of stuff in the communities as voluntary work. Involved, founding member and chair of a local charity called Plymouth Hope that runs the biggest multicultural festival now in the city. And also co-founder and co-director of Diversity Business Incubator. I'm here with today to talk about the impact of COVID-19 for BME businesses and self-employed. And I help BME grassroots communities, organizations, really sharing knowledge and experience of living in the Southwest and Plymouth mainly. So yeah, that's me.
That's good. Thank you very much for that. And we also got, of course, Jabu with us. Jabu from DBI. Jabu, tell us what do you do, Jabu?
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much, Tendai, for this opportunity, giving us a chance to come on live and talk about the challenge all of us we are facing. So my name is Jabu Butera, and I'm a co-founder and managing director of Diversity Business Incubator, which in short we call it DBI. What we are doing, well, I'll start from this, staying at home. That's what I'm doing currently. Because all of us, we're in this situation of staying at home, keeping the NHS going, and then this condition of staying at home, it brings its own challenges because no one is working. People are not bringing bread at home, and the pressure getting higher and higher, especially for those who work for themselves.
Yeah.
So this is what we're coming in today to have a conversation around.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Jabu.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, taking your time out to speak to us. Like I said, this is really centrally in Plymouth, where myself, David, and Jabu lives. But if this opportunity helps you also, if you live in another city, it will also apply. These are government put these things in place. We are just following and trying to educate the people of BME businesses in Plymouth. So let me start with Jabu. Jabu, I know you help a lot of businesses. This is what you do. And during this time of stay away, are you receiving many calls from people asking you how can they get help? What can they get support? What is it out there for them in terms of if they are self-employed or if they own a business that has been shut down during this stay away?
Yes, thank you for the question, Tendai. Just a little clarification to mention what is BAME. Maybe some individuals do not understand what it is. BAME stands for Black, Asian, Minority Ethnicity. So within this society and around the world, individuals, we get a definition around individuals. So individuals from the minority ethnicity, which can be the Black or Asian, we try to work together. I'm part of that community, and we have our community, and we have as well those who are in business and entrepreneurs. It does not mean our service is deliberately for BME and exclusively. So we work with everyone. Anyone who's in business, anyone who want to start their own business, anyone who need the help with their businesses, because business is it's an exciting platform. Yes. It's an exciting trade. It's an exciting job, we can call it. If sometimes they say it's an exciting situation in life, but it has its own challenge. So our aim is to help with that work and supporting those businesses.
Yes.
So with this challenge now we are in, and again, it's everyone finding themselves in this situation.
Yeah.
And I like the comments. I think it was Matt Hancock or one of the ministers yesterday on a press conference mentioning with the Prime Minister catching the virus. And he went saying this virus is non-discriminatory.
No.
So he does not care where you come from. And true. This conversation we're having here is non-discriminatory.
That's correct.
This is a support for everyone. Whoever get a chance to hear and get a chance to log in and ask a question. So we'll be able to try and give a clarification and sharing a little experience we have. And the other thing is, if we don't have the answer here, we might know someone.
Yep.
We might signpost somewhere.
Yep.
And we can always come back and find the answer. So we're not saying we know it all. We're saying we have some knowledge. And between three of us, we will be able to find a way of communicating. And if there is any question we cannot answer or any clarification, we're always going to find a way to go and acquire.
That's correct.
That.
That's correct. Thank you very much. David, let me come to you for a second and just to clarify, or not to clarify as such, but just to carry on from what Jabu has said. In Plymouth right now, if from a BME point of view, if people are having problems, I know you also work with Red Cross a little bit. If you receive so far calls from people who are actually homeless, because remember, we're being told to stay inside, stay indoors, and we also have. I know I spoke to Jabu yesterday, and it was on a soup run, for example, which is still going on, something they do every week. On your perspective, David, in terms of help you give to people, there's also homelessness. Are you receiving any calls by any chance?
Yeah, no. I think first of all, it's good to acknowledge the unity, how people have united with compassion around really since the crisis. However, we have challenges out there, like you said, because right now practical support for grassroots communities and some of the individuals who were already going through a lot of challenges, whether that's mental health, that's for everyone, whether that's issues in homes. So this crisis has just made it worse.
Yeah.
Answering your questions, it's not just phone calls, but we've had to, since last week, we've had to, through the work that I do and voluntary work, I've had to put quite a few people in BMBs. Even last night, I had to put up 2 people. So that's the reality out there. So there are a lot of people who are simply forgotten or lost completely in the system, or people who don't really know where to go or who to turn to. The reality out there right now is that, although we, people like ourselves can find a roof over our head to confine in and stay indoors, but there are people out there who don't have that opportunity.
That's correct.
And if some organizations don't intervene, basically they'll be out there. So yes, there are people out there vulnerable who need support, real practical grassroots support. And
I think if I may come in,
yes,
it comes to this conversation we're having today, where we know individual from our community, individual from the BME community, they might have some challenges in terms of their businesses, which can be maybe sometimes the language, sometimes the reference, sometimes the access to finances.
Yeah.
Not being bankable or not having what they call a track record. All these challenges and barriers has been in the normal circumstances, in the normal life of business and entrepreneurs from the BME community. Yeah. Now we are being hit by this challenge of COVID-19. The gaps is getting bigger.
Yeah.
Solution or answers which has been given most of the time by the government is more generic. It's general for everyone.
Yeah.
We still have a challenge. People don't understand sometimes. Even the language it's spoken to, they are getting lost, but they're still knowing how to trade.
Yeah.
You see, this is where the business is exciting and interesting, because it's when you're doing a trade, it does not matter the language most of the time. I might have my corner shop and I'm selling this niche product. It can be a food, it can be a DIY product, it can be a outlet, it can be a barber shop.
Yes.
I don't need much of language. All I need is to do my work properly and deliver the service I'm promising to do. So when this challenge of not going to work, staying at home, I cannot doing my trade, so means the income is not, I don't have any income.
Of course.
And then we have a great answer from the government saying they will come to support, and it's really appreciated. And there's different mechanism of support to the entrepreneurs and businesses. The challenge comes, I'm not saying everyone, but majority of individuals from the BME community, they might have difficulties to access these facilities or these response to COVID-19 the government has put out there. And that's why we're coming here saying, let us see if we can work together.
Yeah.
Let us see if we can give some clarification or some light towards these situation, and then see if we can find a common solution and support.
Yes, that's correct. That's really good. That's really good. From here, I mean, we here in Plymouth, of course, we all have to run into our homes and our families and things like that in terms of staying at home and closing our businesses. As you guys know, I run a small barbershop in Plymouth. I had to close my business, but now I'm thinking, okay, I've closed the business. What's next? What do I do? How long do I wait? And what is it that is out there available to me? What is the government saying about me? I own a small barbershop, or I am self-employed. I have a van that I just drive, like David referred earlier on.
Yes,
and also on a legality point of view, some of these guys might not be paying, doing their taxes properly.
Yes.
So is there any help out there in Plymouth mainly that they can go and speak to or can call? Is there any hotlines or anything like that?
Maybe I can answer that question, or David, you want to go first?
I would just you can come and answer a bit later with more practical stuff. But all I will say is, obviously, we've all been bombarded with all this news, every day, things that have been put in place. Of course, that's great. But however, that practical grassroots support is missing somewhere, somehow, and people are lost. That's the reality. And even for people like ourselves who can read and write, when you are sent some of those links and you go on it, you may be saying, oh, great, I can apply for up to £2,500 and get up to 80% of my salary. That is great. But until you hit the bottom, who can apply?
Yeah.
Right. So that's where it starts hitting you. It's not even about that. Maybe genuinely people don't even know how to do their tax return. Maybe people have not thought about it. It may just be someone who's just got a van and they don't want to be on benefit. They just want to work. Started working for 6 months. They've been ruled out completely. And maybe this is the first time even they're going on the .gov.uk website. So where would they start? I think that is the question, and these are the calls some of us are getting because that practical support is not there. And this is where maybe Jabo, you can tell us now more practically where DBI can come in and fill some of the gaps in terms of supporting people who don't fit in when he says who can apply.
Thank you. I'll go gradually, point by point, so people can understand. But let me say, any query, we're going to be having a hotline starting next week, hopefully by Monday, Tuesday. We'll have a hotline to call, but the City Council have a hotline to call for business and other people. So we'll have that. You can put our website as well and our email address, which are currently working. So if anyone have a query, they can always send it to us. This is jabo@dbi.org.uk or info@dbi.org.uk. We'll be able to give as much as information we can. Answering to the questions, or this question everyone is having at the moment, we did a risk assessment and we're working together with the local government and other volunteers who have come forth to try and help and solve this situation and coming handy in this time of need for everyone. So responding to what is in place at the moment with the government and the local authorities, there is two categories. I'll take an example just from maybe Tendai case of a barbershop to make it more practical and understandable for everyone.
Yes.
Right, a barbershop, you have, I can say, three type of situation in there. You have the owner of the barber shop who has an address and pay what they call council business rate. So this has been one of the metrics the government have been using to access to what locally they're doing. But don't forget, this decision is the whole country. So the government needs to have a focal point to use or metrics to use to be able to understand everyone what they're doing. So those who pay business rate, they are on the system with their city councils because the business rate goes to the local authorities. A business owner or someone who have a barbershop and rent a place, have an agreement, pay a business rate, it falls into a category. You have those who are called small businesses, and you get a business rate relief. Yes, you're still registered, though you're not paying, but it's a relief which was given by the council to support startups or growth business, but you are in that system. So that is one of the metrics being used. So if you're in that category, you pay a business rate or you have a business rate relief, the city council have sent a letter out to all of those business owners. There is a form to fill. It's not a challenge. If you haven't received that letter, again, send us an email. We'll be able to guide you. We can show you how to fill that form. That one is quite straightforward. That's the one category. But if your business rate is over £51,000, you don't get a small relief. So you are among the medium and large organization. There is another pot of fund available for the government. So those who under small business rate relief, you're getting up to £10,000 for 3 months survival, up to They did not say everyone is getting 10,000. Again, this is where the hic comes.
Yeah, yes.
So yes, give us drop us an email and we'll see what we can help with
That's very
to help in that way. So that's the first category. So in the same barbershop,
Mm-hmm.
you are an employer as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have your staff who are on PAYE.
Mm-hmm.
There is another pot for those who are employing staff and trying to keep them into work. But barbershop not being vital organs, so those staff have to be staying at home, and you're still paying their salary, and you're paying 80%. Government will help you to pay 80% of their salaries. But where's the 20% going to come from?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that's another challenge which is there, and it's still in conversation to see how we can help. Again, BME businesses, we have that challenge of not having much of resilience. So we have a resilience form we're doing with the city council. Again, give us a call. We can do your resilience check to see what they mean by resilience. They say how long can you survive without any money coming?
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you 90% of our communities and our businesses, maximum is 15 days.
Eish.
Because it's a challenge we have, and we've been looking at this for a while. As you explained, you don't want to go on dole to sign for something, but you want to get out there and do something and earn for your family. So you put everything at what do you call it? You are risk taker.
Yeah.
You are an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
You are you go getter. Sometimes you find husband and wife working in the same business.
Yes. Yes.
There's no salary coming. Every little money they make for what they've sold or what they've done, it goes straight to feed the family. While they are hoping they're going to build their business, they need time. They need at least 5-10 years so they can start having a reserve. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this have hit at the time where everyone was trying to climb up of that hill.
Yes.
So there is quite a lot of challenge of resilience. We don't have much of a resilience. So what we're saying, again, drop us an email, get in touch. We can do a resilience check with you and see how much you can survive and give priorities on how you get supported.
That's right.
So you are an employer, you are a business owner, and if, for example, you are, I'll take an example, Deliveroo guys, those who are on a bike, they don't rent a place, they don't have business rate, or taxi drivers.
Yeah.
They don't pay business rate. And they fall on the third category now of those self-employed, which was the package the Chancellor mentioned 2 days ago, where they say there's a support for the self-employed. They're going to be using the HMRC tax return. They're going to use those metrics. As I say, the government need the metrics, need the anchor, need the lines to work on. They go back on those tax return, and we know the challenge our communities have in doing tax return. Mm-hmm. Again, we can help. We're trying to put things in place. We're in this emergency situation. We're in a conversation with different partners in the city. We'll see how much we can help, because this support, as you've heard, is not going to hit the place until about June.
Okay.
You're not going to get the money. It's not right now.
You can just apply now, and next week you've got the money in the pocket, no?
No.
The one who has paying... That's the crisis, isn't it?
Yes, it is a crisis.
That's the crisis. Yeah, because I think people are simply dealing with the reality check first to see what has just happened. Then there's been, I'm not sure how many days now since the full lockdown. But
we're going to the second week soon.
Yeah, so many self-employed people, businesses were already struggling. So for a pure, simple guy, self-employed, whether it's a delivery guy or whether you're doing a bit of gardening somewhere, they are struggling. And the sad reality in all days for a lot of BMEs and people at the grassroots level, it's been so great to see so many young people, even the delivery guys, recently, just saying, you know what, even if I cannot secure an employment, I cannot be on benefit. I need to go out there and do something, be self-employed. So a lot of the BME have now gone forward and actually said, we want to make a living, pay our taxes and contribute. Then suddenly this comes their way, you know? And a lot of them, they may be aware of doing their, self-assessment tax return and all of that. But what they would do, keep working. When it's time or it's few days before the deadline, go and pay an accountant a fee for them to do their self-assessment. So they will not even have an idea how to do it. All they will need from the accountant is, yes, it's done, and they continue. So this is a massive reality check for them. So actually, how do I know I've done my 2018 to 2019 self-assessment? So this is people are still dealing with the reality check. So it will take a long time, before people actually realize this is how it's going to impact me. And the immediate impact right now is that people who are self-employed and paying their rent, for example, they're already saying, I've gone 2 weeks, I haven't been working, so how am I going to pay my rent next? And this is the real issue. Who is going to cover that gap? It's such a shame. Well, it's a crisis we have to deal with, but we need to look at practical ways to support people.
Yes, this is a real challenge, and as I say, he was talking about that resilience we need to do. My apologies for the light. My wife is trying to help me out to put the light back on. That's okay. We'll get there slowly. This is a real challenge, and as I say, he was talking about your phone is on and it's loud.
Yeah, no. Sorry about that.
So, as we're explaining, and that's the reason why we are here, David, and that's why we're here, Tendai, and everyone. It's let us get together and see how we can solve this. We are having our voice heard by the city council. We've been pushing with different partners in the city, including the local enterprise partnership, including the Southwest Business Council, Federation of Small Enterprises. All these parts, we're bringing them on board, try and see if we can get the fund available, unlocked. Because as we're explaining, the measures the government put up are not applicable to some of our communities. So let me return back to what we're saying. The first option I gave, for those who pay small, or those have business rate relief, there is that £10,000 available, and the city council is working hard. Within 10 days, once you've got the application, you can get the money into your account. So that's one. And if anyone has a challenge and fall in that, let us know. We can see if we can help, and they can be supported to get that as fast as they can.
That's good.
Second one, and it comes to the issue, the challenge we're talking about. People, they've tried their best to come out and do the work and earn a living and be responsible. Now they've been hit with this situation, and now they don't have any earning. What we need to keep saying to them, please don't put yourself at risk trying to go and do something else just because you need to earn a living, because you can have the health in danger. Your whole health is in don't put anyone at risk. Don't put yourself at risk. We'll try and get as much help as it can be. So the solution the government was giving is to go back into universal credit. Universal credit is not working because there's a long queue. All those challenges are out there. And the other option the government was giving, it was to get a small loan for businesses from your bank or any other economical lenders. What they have at the moment, the Bank of England have put some easing lending process in place. And again, we fall in that challenge of not being bankable or not being, with not having a financial track record. So the machine will speak straight away if you put your application in, because the bank does not have your track record. The bank does not feel like you have enough guarantees to be given a loan. Again, it's a challenge we're working on. We're pushing and trying to see if we can be done. So there is still other mechanism in place where we can find if your bank can ease some money towards you until that self-employment money comes in June while we're working on it. There's also some emergency fund, which is we're trying to see if the city council can put up to support those right in a serious mess going on at the moment. Again, we're saying please drop us an email, get in touch, and thank you, Tendai, for this amazing opportunity you put out here so we can tell people there is hope out there. There is work are being done, not to panic quite a lot and going in a panic mood and putting everything at risk. Stay safe, stay at home, only go out if it's really needed.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll carry out of it and find other ways of solving the issues.
Yes, people. I mean, we can't emphasize enough to stay indoors to control this spread of this coronavirus. It is imperative that we follow the government rules. It is important that we get on to make sure that we protect our families and our elders, which are being affected mostly with this coronavirus. It is dangerous. It does kill. People are dying.
Yes.
So let's take it very seriously. David.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you from your background point of view, because so many people who are on asylum at present, who are they still receiving their money? Is it something you should light on? I mean, in terms of if or those who receives, I'm sure I've been there before. Those who receive weekly vouchers to collect food from Tesco and things like that. Is the service is still available right now to them? Is there anything that you
I would mention that's more or less to do with my day-to-day work at the local Red Cross. But at the moment we get in everybody and everyone, because obviously the charities tend to be the last resort for a lot of other organizations and people who are in need.
Yeah.
I think the challenge is obviously there's been a lot of campaigns, like I said earlier. Many charities have come together to show unity and compassion. Money's been raised, but what we're dealing with at the moment is it's I've never seen anything like it. So there may be some money to support people, but you're thinking about, for example, myself, when the full lockdown was in. So we are, for example, the frontline workers to be given that support.
Yeah.
So then you've been told lockdown starting with yourself. So even if that money is available, how are people going to get it?
I see.
So that was the first question. So it might be available, but can people get it? If they can get it, is it safe for them? So if they have to come and get it, so they need to come out of their homes. Money is that it is available, but there is a real challenge in terms of people accessing that, and I think that applies to not just some of the asylum seekers who may be going through that, but that may be the same for perhaps people going through mental health issues, homeless people who don't have houses, etc. I think that is a real issue, and I think because the world wasn't prepared for this, no one was prepared for this, so we're just dealing with issues as and when the matters are arising, really. All we can do is obviously liaising with different organizations across the city and see who can do what. And obviously the food bank is still open. The soup run is still there. But again, talking about business people, some people may not even have an idea where to go.
Yes.
I've been self-employed. I need to borrow money for my rent. I need food, but where do I go? Because some of these guys, it's been like a 6 a.m. to 12 midnight shift, working non-stop for some of them. So they don't have time to get out there. Some of them, I would not even be surprised, they don't know where the food bank is. Sadly, now they need to find a way to the food bank or some organizations like the Red Cross where they need some money to survive. So support is still out there, but how can that be delivered to people? And how can those people in grassroots communities find out that support is available? That's the challenge.
It is a challenge. I mean, it's challenge for everyone. Listen, guys, if you are just joining, it's myself, Tendai from P-Town Radio, your station, my station, the podcast for the Plymouth people and the community, and David Fenduno from Hope International, and also DBI, and also we've got Jabu from DBI. We're just discussing. It's not expert here, but we're just trying to give information that can help the people, the minority people of Plymouth. If you are not aware, this video will stay on our page, the Peter Radio. Will be shared across all platforms of other people, and you can also go back to it. David and Jabu had shared very interesting things that I myself was not even aware of. I was thinking maybe you can apply for grant and get it tomorrow. So there is still a lot of things to be done before you can actually get the money the government has promised. And the question is, in the meantime, what should we be doing? What are things available to you? As I can see, we're just getting more numbers of people coming in and listening to our show, David and Jabu. I think just want to probably summarize a little bit, because some people are coming in a bit late.
Yes.
What we just catch up on there, and where can they find you, and what do you do as well, like just to people having a heads up and an idea. I know I said they can still go back and play out the video again, but I'm just saying for those who are just coming in, just give them a quick information really, please.
Yes, thank you very much. As I say, we are available on our email info@dbi.org.uk, or you can email myself, jabo@dbi.org.uk. We'll be having a hotline probably this coming week. We'll be sharing with you all, to anyone who has a question, but also put on a different platform, including Plymouth Hope website, including your website, Tendai, where we can have an inquiry line. Someone wants information, we can get that to, they can get to us.
Yeah.
So as I say, what is out there as a support, we're not saying we are the expert, but we might know someone who can give us an answer. We're working closely with the City Council, with their department of, they've just created, not created, but this COVID-19 business support has been there for a week now. They work, even today we were in the office working, we're online, all of us. So we have these meetings with them regularly to update them what's going on, how can they support.
Yeah.
So they are on board, the government is on board, we have different support. So if anything you're feeling, maybe my tax return are not correct, this is maybe missing, that may be missing, we can give a help with that. We can look into it and say what need to be supported for you to know which type of fund you can apply for. So reversing to the type of fund existing at the moment, I can say we have 3 types of funds. Yeah. The first one is those who are self-employed and receive a small business rate relief from the City Council.
Yes.
So if you hire a place, you rent a place and you pay your business rate and you have a rate relief, you'll be receiving a letter. If you haven't received a letter, let us know, we can get it to you. We can find a way to get to you. Most of the thing is being sent to the offices, not to people's houses, unless your house and your office you've registered somehow together. And if you need to go out to access your building and you cannot get to it, there is another way we can still support you to know if you have access to that grant. So it's up to £10,000 for supporting the next 3 months.
Yes.
Up to, I did not say it's £10,000. It's up to.
It's up to,
It's up to.
Subject to your situation.
Yes. I think most of the people will get the 10,000. Hopefully. So that's the first grant. If any challenge, just let us know. The second one is those who are self-employed but don't pay business rate because their business 3 days, I think. So this, I think, it's time for them to come in and look what's happening.
Yeah.
We can help.
Even claiming.
Yes, we can help. Not panic. Give us a shout.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do. But there is that fund available. The challenge with this money, which comes through HMRC support, it's not happening straight away.
Yeah.
The earliest going to be June. That's when people are going to start receiving the money. So what are they going to be living on until then?
Yeah.
Just
to catch you there, Jabo, please, if you want to get involved with Jabo, it's about to open our calls now. So you can call us. We've been going for about 40 minutes now. So the number to call is 077-9203. 077-9203-2005. Please get involved. You can call us and you can put questions directly to David and Jabu. if you are in Plymouth, or generally if you want to know what we're discussing and things like that. It's also time for me to really thank David and Jabu for coming in and discuss this. It was the first time, of course, both of us just to do this, please. So we appreciate. I think it's going well, and also I think we will do more updates like this. David, what do you think? I think it's good for the people. I think it's going well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we're talking about BMEs, businesses specifically. There are also wider issues out there, and I think the key thing at the moment, because we're learning, even people like ourselves, frontline agencies and volunteers who are there every week in, week out with communities. We're finding, a different scenario, different trend for a lot of people. Maybe not new to us, but a lot of people are now finding out when offices are short and advice agencies are short, where will people go to seek advice?
Yes.
So which means there's now a massive gap between people and their needs and obviously seeking for help. So what's happening right now, we have to work hard and make sure that we are out there available for people to get in touch. And obviously, some of us, our phones are buzzing every 5 minutes because people simply have been cut off because everything is short. So I think it's also making sure we do that connect. And this is what we're talking about, specifically business people to get in touch. It's making that connect between people who don't know how to seek support and advice, because it may be out there, but people are just simply disconnected right now.
Exactly.
And I think what we're saying is we want to come together and build that connect and build bridges between people who need support right now and the support that may be available out there. Obviously, as a city, you mentioned there are quite a few agencies as a sector we've come together. DPI is mainly leading on self-employment and business support. Quite a few people still don't know about the organization. This is the opportunity to come in and seek support. Other grassroots communities who are out there who need support. Plymouth Hope have taken the lead to put all the details on their website. If you go on there, you'll find out about other organizations like the Red Cross, what they do, other organizations helping refugees, people with mental health, even homeless people. Not just BME specifically, but everyone, because at the moment we're all facing it all together, whether it's BME, whether it's local people struggling with mental health and everything. It's pretty much people going through tough time right now. I think it was bad already, and I think this has just made it worse, and equality gaps and human rights issues are just going to be worse. Because right now, what people are talking about is crises around food, education, health, and what else, But for now, it's focusing on making sure people can get support around those three things mainly. So yeah, it's challenging.
It's challenging. I just put a website there for Plymouth Hope, please. If you're gonna go check it out,
www.plymouth.com.
It's .com.
Yeah, that's football guy. That's the football club. The charity page is plymouthhope.com.
plymouthhope.com.
I don't blame you. We're here to talk about businesses today. No football.
plymouthhope.com.
This football guy.
Telling you, let's take that off and just and then put a new one. That's just for the .com. Yeah, it is good, guys. That you want to check them out.
Well, I think this is a good opportunity as well to show. Well, I was talking about resilience, but this is a resilience in the community.
Yes.
How can you support the person next to you? And knowing what's happening, the business next door, if they're struggling, how can you help?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if the person did not get the message and you got it, please pass it on. And if you know anyone who's in need, maybe you can be the messenger for them. So this is when the community needs to come together. This is when the community needs to be able to talk to each other and helping each other.
Definitely.
And we know about that. So we, instead of doing gossiping and things which are not helpful, let's try to start helping each other, passing the right information.
That's true.
We stop talking about things which are not helpful for all of us, but try to do something which will help the society and giving the right information.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Jabu, for that. I think we should wrap up. David, do you have anything you want to pass on? Last words, or Jabu as well, and also maybe before you mention, I also want you guys also think about when do you think we can also catch up again on this platform. Thanks to Jabu's wife with her effort.
The light is on now.
With her effort to make sure Jabu is visible for us. I think we need to really make this maybe a weekly thing, a weekly update for people, so we keep on educating people. And also, I think it's time for also, if you're watching out there and you also want to contribute, please, people, don't be shy. You can call to us 07792032005. If you are stuck at home and maybe you don't know what to do, don't know what's going on, your food is running out. We want to know. Maybe sometimes some people can help. Some people might have more food in their drawer that they can share with you. So anything that you feel that you might need support with, this is the platform for you guys to come in and just drop a comment. And at the same time as well, like Jabi has said, he's giving you his email address. And also, David, you can go to, of course, beamofhope.com. I'm not sure about the email. What's the email address, David?
Info at plymouthhope.org.uk. And that's to share information with about every agency, really.
Yeah.
And I think on that note as well, I think one key thing to mention about this crisis in general are some of the people who are left out. And I said earlier, we are all locked in our rooms at the moment, in our homes.
Yeah.
There are some communities out there who don't have internet in their homes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? I've got two boys at home. They're already driving me nuts. But thank you to internet, I can keep working, do work from home. But I will go crazy without internet.
Yeah.
I'll go crazy without TV or Netflix. But right now, there are communities out there who don't have TV, who don't have internet, who don't have iPhones. So isolation is massive out there. And although the government saying, yes, absolutely keep apart, but some people at the moment, they don't have a choice. And we've been told the local diversity police team have to go in some people's houses to educate them. Not enforcement, but educate them about, just keeping apart. But some people don't have a choice. If
Social
you've been locked down
distancing.
in your room, so for 2 weeks. So they all need support. A bit like Jabba was saying earlier, if you're aware of your neighbor, you haven't seen for 2 days, give them a call.
Yes.
Check on them. The local business where you used to go and have your sandwich, maybe the guy doesn't even know about tax return, who to reach out to. I think this is time for real compassion and don't stay silent. It's about being active right now and making sure you check on somebody you have not heard from, even in 2 days. Really, I think that is a real message out there. And I think, of course, this is a great thing, really, to the radio, P-Town Radio, to give updates, and it gives the opportunity to BME people, I mean, even non-working people out there, to come and share about their stories, because this is the real deal, because it will be going directly to people, and people will have the opportunity to talk about their challenges, really.
We're back on.
Yeah.
The other one I want to add on and reiterate again. Thank you very much, Tendai, for this. This is an amazing tool. This is an opportunity for us to converse and continue conversing with the community. Yeah. And as we said, it's not like we're claiming we are the expert and know it all.
No.
We work with different partners. We have amazing partners in the cities. We have amazing individuals doing amazing work in the city.
Yeah.
There is always a way we can find a solution for any challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So even like the challenge of internet, through another network I'm working with and through other conversation which has been going on, we have an option we're looking at. There is an organization called Pop Plus. They support a lot of volunteering and third sector, which is the voluntary sector. But we're looking at how can we have an internet open to the public. The same way you go on the buses have internet. Everyone who goes on board have internet. If you go into library, once you walk in there, you log in, you have the internet. So the technology has moved to the level where it can be geographically opened. If you walk into the University of Plymouth, once you go in there and either you're a student or you're a visitor, they give you an option, no matter what building you are in or wherever you are just around that vicinity, you're logged in, you have internet. So that type of umbrella, that type of shower internet, we're still looking at it. It's in the conversation, early conversation. But I think that's where we're going to be going in the future. And we'll be looking, see if that can be applied to a region where you find people haven't got much of internet, and see if that can be applied to be able to log in internet somewhere else or an external support. So yes, let us continuing having this conversation. Let us continue bring the information to people. Let us sharing the information. Anyone who have information to bring it here and talk about it and share with the others. That's how the message get across, and we'll be sharing with everyone. On your question, Tendai, you said if we should have been doing this more often. I would say let us do it even twice a week. Because people are really in need of right information. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of fear-mongering stories. There's a lot of fake news.
Yes.
Let me quote that in there. There's a lot of fake news somehow. And sometimes by lack of that information, people don't get the right information. So let us maybe do it twice a week. Let us do a review and make it a regular thing, twice a week, every Wednesday and every Saturday. We come on the radio with 1 hour. We tell people what's happening through the network we know. And if anyone have a question, they can always put it forth, and then we'll be able to respond to it.
Definitely.
So,
Thank you very much, guys.
I think Tendai is dealing with his computers.
We lost him there.
Which is interesting. So we can continue having the conversation.
Can you hear me?
So for anyone who has a challenge or anyone who wants to support in terms of their business, those who work for themselves, even if they want to understand if they're self-employed or not, because there's the other category I did not mention. You have individuals who are doing more than one job. So I deliver in the evening. I work for Deliveroo. I do my riding and delivering food. But daytime, I work somewhere else. So I am employed and I'm self-employed.
Okay.
This is another challenge we're facing. And the government was saying it depends where most of your income comes from. I know, like, for example, a gentleman, weekdays he works in a factory and weekends he's a seamstress.
Okay.
Is he employed? Is he self-employed? Which one is he going to claim? Which one going to talk about? So all these are the challenge we're having, and people don't have to stay on their own and struggle with it. Let them come forth, and we try to put some light into it. And if we don't know the answer, we'll always have someone we can ask, and they escalate their case. So at least they don't go hungry. This time is the time where people have to come together and avoid anyone going hungry.
Okay. Can you hear me, guys?
No, absolutely. And I think the fake news that you mentioned earlier, last week before the lockdown, some of our service users came to our workplace and they were joking. Oh no, it's this corona. It does nothing to black people. And they were all locked in hand and holding their hand. I look at them. I was like, "What are you talking about? This is not. It does nothing to black people." But it is really important that the message needs to get out there, because now, especially that they know it has hit, Iran and the African continent. Now they know it's serious. So people need to be told. People need to know the reality, because, like I said, some people don't have TV, some people don't have smartphones, so they don't know the reality of what's going on.
Yes,
they need to be told. This is serious. It's not a joke. No place for fake news here.
So, Tendai, I don't know if you heard about our proposal of having this show twice a week.
Yes. I'm here. You know, remember I'm the engineer as well. I heard it. Yes, that's not a problem. We can do that. We can make that happen. Or we can have to agree on time. I think 6 is good because everyone is off work. You know, of course, I'm working from home.
No one is working, my friend. Everyone is at home.
I'm working from home.
So some people are not self-employed; they're working at home.
me, I'm still working. Remember, I have to keep the agency going. So we also got Indiana Healthcare to worry about. We're sending carers to
Yeah,
care homes. So
absolutely. I mean, the next one I will try and make sure that invite 1 or 2 self-employed people who are going through that.
Yeah.
Have real examples from them.
Yeah.
To talk about actually what the emotions right now, what they're going through.
Yes.
Because that will be a great add-on to what we're saying, because other people will listen and take it very seriously.
No problem at all. Thanks very much, guys, for coming in. Appreciate it. That is Jabu from DBI. And we also get, of course, David Fernandino from Hope International, and also Red Cross and DBI. David is kind of busy, man. So
don't worry, I'll steal your PA.
So we say 6 p.m. on Wednesday.
Yes, that will be good.
And then we see what more the government, because I'm sure we're going to have more updates coming up from the government anyway during the week. Despite the Prime Minister having corona himself, I'm sure he can talk from his quarantine space. And I want to thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate it, and shall see you Wednesday.
Thank you.
Stay at home. Don't go out.
Stay at home. Thank you very much.
Stay home.
Yes, people, if you're watching this right now, it's your boy here, Bobo P-Town Radio, your station, my station. I was just talking to David from Hope FC, and also Jabu from DBI. It's been very great. This has been a very good discussion. But please stay away. Listen to the government, what they're saying about stay away. We want to stay away. We want to control this virus. But check us again. We are back here on Wednesday with more updates regarding the government plans to help us in terms of stay away, not working, self-employed, small businesses, and things like that. This is probably based on Plymouth, where myself and David and Jabu are best. But if the information helps you wherever you are, please like our page, follow our page. It's P-Town Radio, and your boy here, Boo Boo, on this station. Thank you very much for watching, and stay blessed.